because I know you're feeling it. I'm feeling it too. A lot of people are feeling it, you all. A lot of people are feeling it. It's in the air, it's in our bodies, it's everywhere. You're feeling it, you're seeing it, you're sensing it. It's everywhere. And you may say, well, Gina, honey, what are you talking about? There's lots of things that I feel. Sometimes I feel a lot of negativity in the air. Sometimes I feel a lot of happiness in the air. Yeah, I'm really happy, Gina, honey. Yeah, I'm feeling it. Some people may say, Gina, no, I'm really feeling it. I'm feeling really down in the dumps. I'm going in a downward spiral like that. I'm feeling really negative. I'm seeing people getting angry. Yeah, I'm feeling the anger rise up within me. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling the rage rise up within me because I'm getting mad about this world. A lot of people are feeling a lot of things. But really, there is a different type of energy in the air, and it is hard to cope with, you all, and it does affect our bodies. And not to mention, we can feel the frequency. We can hear the frequency, high pitch frequency. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming on here. That's right, you all. Good morning. I was laying there in bed this morning. I woke up, it's around 5 something. I thought, I'm not getting up. And I'm laying there and I'm hearing this super high pitch of frequency in my ear. And I hadn't heard that frequency until I was, hello, good morning, Apple Brooks, honey. Yeah. And I hadn't heard that high pitch frequency since I was a kid in school. And you know how they tested your hearing. And I'm sitting here thinking, okay, why are you testing our hearing? Why were you testing the hearing of people at a very young age? And then, like in some workplaces, you're testing their hearing too. Of course, that's understandable, you all, with the machinery. People work around machinery and stuff. Ask yourself, why do nationwide testing of hearing on children? Why? To see what type of frequencies that they can hear? Well, we know they want to see how high you can hear that frequency. They would come to the schools with their machines and they would do that frequency. Do you hear it now? Beep. Well, this frequency that I'm hearing, and then you're probably hearing too, some people are hearing even louder ones. Mine is so super high pitched, and I can hear it like changing frequencies in my ear. And I'm laying there and I'm thinking, wow, I don't even think I remember hearing that for years and years and years and years and years. That's right. It's annoying, and you got to try to tune it out. I thought, even if I stuck my fingers in my ears, I even if I stuck my fingers in both ears, then I'd make it really be like a speaker system in my ears. Then I thought, well, really we probably need to sleep with tinfoil hats on our head. Wonder if that would block it, you all. But are you feeling it? Yeah, they say it. Tinnitus. Well, we didn't have the tinnitus back then, and we were being tested to see if we could hear those high frequency. Yeah, that's right. We, but really, you are feeling it. You're feeling not just the ringing in your ears and hearing it. You're feeling a lot of other things that is compounded together. You are, it really is. And it's like, what do you do with it? What do you do with it? And you're thinking, you know what, this world, I don't know what's going on with this world, because people are losing it, and I'm losing it. You know, I saw a thing. I was looking at my little Surface this morning, looking on there, and people have said when they hear when they read negative comments, reading negative comments has a negative toll on your mental health. I believe it. I believe it. And I sitting there thinking, yeah, if you're in an abusive relationship and all you're hearing is negative, oh, it's going to do something to your self-esteem, and you're going to go feeling really low. Imagine doing that to a child. But then you turn on the TV and stuff and you hear all this negativeness. You're around people, you all. So they acknowledge it. And they said that's why the algorithm, literally, it screens out negative comments so you don't get to see them. That's even tied into the algorithms too. You heard the Morse code. Could you imagine trying to learn the Morse code? I thought they were going back to the Morse code. Are you feeling it this morning? That's right. Are you feeling it, Rosie, honey? What are you doing? Rosie is just wants to have a piece of she just does everything. That's right, Rosie. Honey, you're feeling it. You got company this morning, and it makes you kind of happy. When you hear the negative comments, you know they're listening to me, that they're listening to me. That's right. That's right, you all. Some will even put you to sleep. The frequencies, yeah. And last night, I normally take this cell phone when I sleep. I put it way on the other side of the room. I do, turn it way down. It doesn't really matter if you turn it off because they can still transmit. But I left it on the banister area near me. And I thought, well, I wonder if that will affect my sleep. Well, I slept really good. I did. But I still heard that very high pitched frequency. And I felt like taking that phone. I thought, you know what? I'm too lazy to get up out of this bed. I think I'm going to take this phone, and I've got a good case on it. I think I'm going to throw it across the room to the other side so it can it'll just bounce off the carpet and it'll be okay because it's not a hardwood floor. I thought I can do that to get it away from me. I can pick it up and I can throw it. Oh, I do it. I do. I don't throw it hard. I throw it far enough to where I know that it'll have a little bit of bounce and it's a big open area. Oh, you don't know you don't know what it is. What is this? Oga, Oga Hollow. So are you feeling it? There's a lot that people are feeling. A lot of people are feeling extremely, extremely tired. Very, very tired, unrested. Even though they sleep, they wake up and they feel like they've been awake all night long, all night long. And they may look in the mirror and say, yeah, I've been awake all night long because I didn't have any good sleep. Whatever that sleep is, ask yourself why they do those sleep analysis to see if you go into that is that REM sleep? Why would they do things like that? You all ask yourself, is it to keep us awake at night? Is it to interrupt our deep sleep? Hello there, Naruka. Yes. Excuse me. Hello there, Susan B. Honey. Good morning. And Ohio, Buckeye, you feel peace. That's wonderful. And that has a lot to say about your inner being. When you feel peace on the inside, it's a balance that occurs within your being. You want to get that balance. You really do. Yeah, that's right. From my heart to yours. That's right, you all. So they did it when you was in the school. They did the frequency testing on your ears, and they brought somebody in to do it. They went to all the elementary schools, you all, they did. And Rosie, honey, what are you doing over there? What you doing, Rosie? Rosie, what are you doing? I put them up there so you don't scratch the couch, Rosie. But see, you just want to pull it down. Go ahead. Rosie, you want to play. Okay, she's trying to behave now. Okay, Rosie, what you doing? She wants to get under it. She doesn't know. She does. She wants to. I'm watching you, Rosie, honey. I don't like her take her fingernails and see, she likes to pull it off. I put it up so she don't jump on the couch and put her claws in it. Now she has succeeded in what she wanted. So that's right, Rosie. You pulled it down. That's okay. A test programming, yeah. So they wanted to find out. I'm sorry, you all got distracted by the Rosie, honey. Felix does it too, Vonda. I love watching the little kitties. Rosie, I hear you scratching. Now she's trying to stick her. See, she'll just climb. She's very balanced. Go on, Rosie. She wants to get into any nook and cranny. She wants to try to get inside the crevice of the couch. She doesn't know what she wants. Sorry, I got to quit looking at Rosie. Yeah, the rapid eye movements. I'm talking about sleep, and I'm talking about frequency. I'm talking about, frequency can make you upset. It can make you angry. The military did testing on stuff like that. They would have a bunch of soldiers out there, is what they would have, and they'd have this big instrument, whatever you want to call it, device, and that would emit a certain frequency, and you could see them holding their ears like that. And you sign up, they can do that on you. They can. So what is she doing? Where are you, Rosie? You get your big toenails off of there, Rosie, honey. You can't fit into that crevice. Rosie, honey, you're too cute. She's really cute. She's so playful. I'm really happy we got her. Even if she does scratch this furniture, my son said, well, Mom, is it still comfortable to sit on? I said, yeah, that's all that matters. Of course, I'm not going to let her tear my furniture up. I drive around in a beat up car and it's comfortable, so I like it. Yeah, yes, the earthquake. Was it like a 8.0 in Turkey? Yeah. Susan B. Honey, she is always mischievous at times. She loves to play. She really does. So are you feeling it, you all? Um, she looks like your little bit. You're feeling it, you all. You are. It's you have the high, and I was sitting there thinking this morning when I was laying there, I wonder what the high pitch frequency is, super, 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 super high pitch that was tones. It was slightly fluctuating. It sounded kind of smooth as it was going in between tones, but it was still way up there on that high range. And I thought, I wonder what if it's doing to my body. I did. Wonder if it's trying to alter my brain, alter something in my cells within my body. I was sitting thinking about that. Could such a frequency alter me on the inside? I was thinking that this morning for the worse. And then I thought, well, I'd like to get it. I'd like to get an upgrade. If that's going to upgrade my DNA, if that's going to upgrade my frequency and help awaken me some more, awaken some good cells in my body and activate them, I want it. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, let it happen. But don't let it be mutating my body into something that I don't want up there. That's exactly what I was thinking. You always was messing with those tests. You were messing the test up. You could hear them all, and they thought I was cheating. Mushka, that's funny. That's funny. Yes, Gina Wolf accepts. I like to accept a big hug from the collective. Boom, that's right. It does make a difference in people's lives. It does. Having getting a hug makes all the difference, especially if you ain't been hugged before. Yeah, it's a wonderful feeling. It is, especially when you know it's sincere. Rosie, honey, you just climbing all over. Uh-huh. It's you shook everyone out. You hear sometimes thunder at times, but no one came around you. Yeah. It's why this channel is so fab. Yeah, you are at Oshawa. Oshawa lived in an apartment building, and on one top floor, 13th, there were cracks from the quakes. Wow, that wouldn't. I don't know if I'd want to live way on top of a building at the tippy top, and you have like an earthquake. It's like it falls all down, and people underneath you get hurt too. Your headaches have become so severe. Okay, let's hear about that. Are you feeling it? I'm going to keep coming back to the topic. Autocorrect on the first comment. You was wondering if it turned up on their CERN and hydro machines that were feeling it. So it is the earth that's what caused an earthquake, you all. It could be all kinds of things, a number of things. It really could. Do they have the technology to do that? Yeah, I think Tesla showed that with his instrument. What did he use? Frequency. Remember seeing that video of was it Nicholas Tesla? He created this device, and he was doing some kind of like, I don't know, he put it on this building, and it caused vibrations to start happening. It's this teeny tiny device. It did, and then he took it off. That was him. So could you imagine? He's out of the way. He's out of the picture, and they got his technology, you all. They got the technology on a bigger scale. If he could do it on a small thing, was he extraterrestrial? Did he get his intelligence from some other worldly being to know how to do that? Really, did he? Nosebleeds. You've had a headache for a few days and you never get headaches. He was an extraterrestrial. Yeah. I hope you all got a notification, and also with the notifications, I never get notifications from you, Gina. What I was reading this morning, this is how the algorithm works. It takes your watch history, your search history, and your subscribers, who you're subscribed to, and the comments that you make. And that's how you get a suggested video or a notification. If you have not been watching something like that, or it's something that interests you, you're not going to get a notification every time I do a video or every time someone else does a video, because they really do factor in what you watch, how much of it you watch, who you're subscribed to, what they talk about, and your viewing history. Yeah, I already said your viewing history, your subscribers, and your search history. That's how you get suggestions. Yeah, it checks you. Something is put aluminum foil on. Aluminum pans that you can get are disposable. Put them underneath your hat or your head and see if that will help the headache. And drink. I never tried it for a headache. I know that I had an aunt who got horrible migraines, bad migraines. She would wrap a belt around her head to see if that would stop it. But she had a history of it. I remember having to drive her as a teenager. She had to go to the hospital emergency room and get a shot that would knock her out for 2 days. Her headaches were so bad. They were bad migraines. Tesla died in a hotel. Ground your bed with hot copper wire, you all. That's first. You all, do you got anything to share like that? Oh, look at Rosie, honey. She's so precious. She's just looking outside. There's a fog in the air, you all. Even though my windows are slightly dirty, there's still a fog in the air. I wanted to clean my windows and stuff, but my daughter read, it's best to, with so many birds around here, it's best to keep them slightly whatever, because they think it's another bird and they'll try to fly right in. So I'll still clean them maybe once a year. Shining brightly like other people's heart, right? Yeah, if you don't got no sunshine shining in your sky, you all, if you got a rainy sky, a cloudy sky, or a darkness, let all of us be the light. Yeah, brighten up your darkness. We can. It's a spiritual light. It is spiritual energy, spiritual light. It's really bright out here. The birds are chirping. And Rosie, honey, you don't come outside. You all, it is nice out here. We just now walk outside. It feels like it's going to be really nice. We got some pretty chirping birds. Well, it was chirping until Gina. There were two chipmunks chasing one another, going underneath the porch, you all. That's what it was. Yeah, we got a fog in the air. But that sun is so blasted bright, I can't really see at all. Can't see, you all. We need a wind chime. Darkness and no sun for months. Oh, wow. That's right. You keep it sunny in your spirit. We can do it. Smog fog. I've not heard of that before. Cayenne pepper tincture. And cayenne pepper causes mental alertness, you all. It does. I remember when we would buy Chinese food in Maryland. Really, if we would buy Chinese food in Maryland, and it had cayenne pepper in it, oh man, it kept me, it did a mental alertness on me, kept me awake all night practically. So it does work. If you can handle hot and spicy stuff, you all, that's right. So are you feeling it? A lot of people are feeling it. And like you can feel the frequency, super high pitched frequency in your ear. And then if you're feeling that, and they have called it tinnitus now, they have now said that everybody's got tinnitus. And this is what you can do for tinnitus. That's what they say. The majority of people on earth now have tinnitus in their ears. And you have to ask yourself, how on earth was that possible? Because when we were little, in the school systems in the United States, they would bring somebody in and they would test each child's hearing. How high can you hear it in the schools? I don't know if they did that in other countries. You all, did they do that in other countries? If you're from another country, Could you hear it like that? Mm. Okay, your chicken. Let me talk about you, Amy Michelle Honey. Those who have chickens, the feed has been having something in it so they will not lay their eggs, and you got the local feed and rice for them, and they're laying. Well, that would stop people from culling their chickens, right? Because they're not laying eggs, because there's a lot of people who have chickens and they're not laying eggs. Normally the egg laying, doesn't it die down in the colder months and they don't lay as much? And that's really bad to do to the chickens. If they really do have something in there and it's causing them not to lay eggs, that's not very nice. That's kind of like a cruel thing to do to the chickens and to the humans. It is, it's very cruel. It's kind of sadistic. And I don't like that word, but we could say that is a sadistic like thing to do. That's like doing it to the human beings too, doing it to the pets and doing it to the humans. That just call it right out there. It's sadistic. It's not of God. It's not of love. It's not. It has no shrink of love at all, unless it's a sadistic type. Yes, insidious. And I don't like those words at all, you all, because I don't like that frequency within me. I can't focus on that kind of stuff like that. But are you feeling it? You're feeling something. Yes, Gina, I'm feeling something. I'm wondering when you're going to say, what is this? Are you feeling it? You got a high pitch frequency in your ear. And is this affecting are you having headaches as a result? Migraines? Are you feeling tired? Do you think the frequency is making you tired that you're hearing in your ears? Or is the frequency, the high pitch frequency, mine is so super, super high. The only way I could hear how high it was because I was laying on that side right there and I muffled out all the other sound. It was in my head. It was literally in my head. So how can they get it in your head? Really? Pray over your food, you all, unless you don't want to pray and then you get sick. One time my husband was saying something that wasn't nice to me, and I went into the other room and I prayed. And into the other room and I prayed, Lord God, please help him stop. Because he said something years and years and years and years ago, and it hurt my feeling. He was sitting at the table eating a bowl of rice with milk. I came back in here within 1 minute. He started choking on that rice. It got stuck in his throat. He went to the sink. He couldn't get it out. He could not get that rice out. His face was turning red. He tried, he tried to talk, and he could not talk. And finally, he had to wait. It took him around 3 minutes or so. He said, I could have died. I said, well, you sat there and looked at him. It was years, and I mean years, before he ever ate rice with milk ever again. Years. It shut him up. It shut him up. I was sincere. I left the room, went into the other room, got down on my knees, and I prayed to God, please help him stop that. Stop him, because he hurt my feelings. He did, and he was going on and on. And came back in, he was choking. God stopped him just like that. He got the message. He got it. He remembers that. He has not forgotten it. He's never done anything like that since. Yeah. So, Gina, honey, do you believe in the power of prayer? Absolutely. When I've got my spirit behind me crying out to God, shut his mouth. Because he hurt my feelings. Really, when you hurt somebody and you're praying and you're really hurting, that spiritual realm knows. It knows. And you have to ask yourself, how does the spiritual realm have the ability to come down and do that? Oh, Gina, honey, that's just coincidental. No, no, I went in there and I prayed. I prayed until I cried, and which didn't take long at all. It took me less than 2 minutes. Prayed to, I cried out of the depths of my soul, and he shut him up. It's like that. That's right, you all. We can laugh about it now, but it wasn't funny back then. Yes, you all. You been there, done that? That's right. Yeah. Meditation, yes. Emotion and grounding, you got to mean it. Yeah, and I meant it. Shalom, Yapath. Yasharari, real truth, love. Mm-hmm. That's right. And it works in different ways. Other people have their own way to pray, and I don't think that God's going to tune him out. He didn't tune me out. Even when you ain't got the words to pray, even when you're sitting there crying and you can't even get the words out of your mouth, you all. The spiritual realm knows because it feels what's inside of you. It's feeling all that emotion and all of that on the inside of you. It knows. It does. When you can't find the words to pray. That's right, you are. Yes. Edwin, honey, yes, my whole entire life. I am a very old soul inside this body, extremely old soul. And I know a lot of other people feel like they are an extremely old soul also. A lot of people. You just know it. And you can encounter people, even you can encounter people saying, you can say, wow, they must be a really old soul. Really old soul. Rosie, honey, I don't mean to bother you. Honey, Rosie, where is your head? Oh, there's her head. She's trying to go to sleep. That's all right, you all. Yes. So it's been my way my whole life. Some people, they got it in them. They do. They got it in them, and they don't realize it because because they can't get to that point in their life, in their body, in their spirit, to where they can tap into it. They have not gotten to that point yet, to awaken it within them. Whoo, Rosie has a character like me. Yeah, except, well, she's very youthful. She is extremely youthful. Y'all, I got to come outside and get some cold weather because I'm standing here by this hot stove. Is what I'm doing, right by the hot stove. Good morning. You're a new soul. Well, see, you can be an old soul, and you can have a very young spirit within you. Very youthful within you. Rosie, I can't see your face. See, it's already reflected right there. I'm not going to try to show you my dirty windows. Good morning, you all. Are you feeling it? Like a super high pitch frequency? And do you think those super high pitch frequencies that you feel? Michelle, honey, I made tacos and I had them the other night. Do you think that super high pitch frequency that you feel causes like the migraines that you get? And or you think that frequency, because mine is in my, it's in the head. I heard it in my head. I felt it. It didn't do nothing to my body when I was hearing it, but I'm thinking, is it silently doing something to my body? Is it trying to mutate something inside my body and change something about me for the worse? That's what I was thinking. And I thought, well, I hope it's not. If I've got a super high pitch frequency, I would hope, because, you know, frequency has the ability to heal your body and stuff like that, like high pitch frequencies. But these right here, these are like healing. They're like healing tones, you all. Because frequency is, they did that with these, so they did an experiment with certain megahertz and salt. They showed salt on they do an experiment with table salt, and they played certain frequencies, and the salt and stuff rearranged depending on what type of frequency that it was being that was being emitted. So our cells could probably do the same thing in our body. It's affecting our cells, you all. The frequency that we're hearing, it affects you on a molecular level. is what it does, a molecular level. And you're feeling chest pressure in your chest, a heaviness, anxiety or something. Cymatics, I can't say it, Zelda Goddess. Cymatics, yes. Yeah, that music. And they said, you all, does anybody know? Now, this is really important. We're talking about how you're feeling it. Does anybody know when they changed the dial on the frequency of the music? They made a national standard where they changed the dial. What year is that? Tell me, is it around the 1947 and 48? If you got ability to Google it right now, when did they change the frequency on radios and stuff? That's right. What year did it occur? Was it a time of alien things, the Roswell and stuff like that? Because that's, if that is, you are, this is like boom, everything happened all at once. There was a great whatever. Ah, yeah, you are. So if frequency, when they play that frequency and they, with the salt, the experiment they did with the salt, and that it did it like that, and it changed that in a certain way, you know, it has effect on other things too, major things. It probably has an effect on the earth, you all. Let's look at this. It was a changeable to 444 instead of 432 God frequencies. You all, do we got the year that happened? 1957. Okay, it's long ago. Wonder what else happened tonight. I know what happened in 1957. I know what happened around that time frame. That's when CERN and stuff first came up. That's when they started building the CERN stuff, is in that year. 56, 57, all this high-tech stuff started happening. So yeah, it does tie in, you all. It really does. That is the year, because they were starting that, I think, over there in the Russian region. And around 1956, 57, you all read about it. So it all makes sense, you all. It does. See, I have learned so much in the past 4 years. I really have. Actually, within the past couple years, since I was able to move beyond the ships in the sky. I was thankful I got to move beyond and branch out into different topics. But although, you know what, when I first started showing the 1975, 52, whatever, when I first started showing the ships and I wanted to branch out after 2 years, and so I started speaking on a different subject. Stay in your lane. Don't be talking about stuff that you don't know nothing about. I mean, they got really mad. I was not supposed to talk about nothing but ships. These people in the comments, they become trolling me. You don't have no business to open your mouth, more or less. Keep your mouth shut. Well, yeah. 1975. Okay, what else happened in 1975? There had to be some other event. Yeah. Children are special bunch of souls. 1967. Oh, we got to raise our vibration. We got to raise our vibration to combat the frequencies that are being bombarded in our ear. I wonder, March of 1941. We got a lot of different, you all, we got a lot of different dates coming in here, so you can Google it yourself. Thank you all for all looking it up. Go Google it yourself and find out for yourself. But it's bound to be tied to alien technology, a technology that is not of this world. That's right. 3 words, collective and discernment. Frequency, collective, discernment. Yes, you also, are you feeling, you heard in the 80s, the babies are star children. Aquarius. Well, I saw Charisma Apidol. I think she's in Mexico or something. She does the crystal bowls and stuff, the frequency from it. She was doing that with a group of children who was in front of her at the Ramada Inn. She has to say it every time. She does these videos and she's playing those bowls with all these different types of frequency. She said these are like the Aquarius or whatever, or something like that. She was taking the tones, and they were real pretty, soothing, and putting it, going like this around the children and over their heads and playing it like that. Yes, bowls. Yeah, some of those bowls, she said, were around $4,000, $6,000 based upon what they're made of, you all. But she's got a very peaceful spirit. I like to watch her, although I think they've got her shadow banned. I really do. They don't want people to know about the healing frequencies of it. Yes. Mm. Yeah, they do run away. You know, have you heard this song? Let me tell you about my Jesus. He makes a way where there ain't no way, rises up from an empty grave. Ain't no sinner that he can't say. Let me tell you about my Jesus, and let my Jesus change your world. Hallelujah. Oh, it's a really song. Let me tell you about my Jesus. It's a young girl, 19. It's got a really good beat. It's got a really good frequency if you like contemporary music. Sounds kind of like country. It's a really good song. Let me tell you about my Jesus, and let my Jesus change your world. Hallelujah, she says. It's really pretty. But you may not like it, but I like it. I love it. It helps me. It makes me happy when I hear it. Yes, it does. It really does, you all. I do listen to contemporary music. Um, I got somebody out here. Okay, it's the REMC reading my meter, so I'll let him be. I'm gonna go in here. I don't want him talking to me while I'm on my live stream. I'll let him read my meter. So, what was I saying? Yeah, I like opera music too. I do. Sometimes I just like to turn on the 90.5 and just listen to it and just zone out. I thought this is so peaceful. It is. I like to listen to that. Yes, we can do it. The Chaldean oracles stayed in the pools of water to enhance their awareness. I never heard of the Chaldean oracles. Oh, wow. Yes, you are. High frequency. Hey, Gina and Applebrook and Susan B. Yes, we got a good morning. We better be a good morning. If your morning was not good before you came on this YouTube channel, I hope your morning is doing a lot better now. That's right. You like to focus on the day of Jesus. Help and thank you. Protect us and guide us and give us discernment. We need a lot of discernment, Naruka. We really do on the inside of us. We do a ton of discernment. We do wisdom, and we need some happiness and peace and love rooted deep within our being and not bitter roots. But we need love roots embedded deep within our beings right here, you all. That's right. Oh, Sassy Cindy, that's absolutely wonderful. Amy Michelle woke you up. That's good. That is good. Rosie's thinking, I'm trying to sleep here. I am trying to sleep here is what Rosie's thinking. Rosie, honey, you got a nice, comfortable thing to lay your head on. She really does. This is a perfect little hammock for Rosie, honey. She's so precious. She really is, you all. Yes. So, are you feeling it, you all? Lots of few people watching because of that. That's okay. That's okay, you all. It's fine. Yes. Give a big shout out to all and you got ringing in your ears. Are you feeling it? You are really. Are you feeling it? Like a high pitched frequency, and is the frequency that you're hearing. You know it. You know you're hearing it inside your brain, inside your head, because you cannot take your hands and cover up your ears and to keep it out because it's inside your body. It has penetrated your body. What's it doing to your body? The high pitched sounds, the tinnitus that they're saying that people got. All of a sudden, people worldwide got tinnitus, and you got to deal with it. Is it affecting your body? Is it causing your headaches? Is it causing you to maybe feel down in the dumps and unmotivated? Is it? Naruka, that's wonderful. That's great. Oh, you got to meet one of your YouTube friends is Cyber Family Brother and 2 Pops yesterday. That's wonderful. Yeah. What about the sleeping patterns in the minds? Your mind, yes, everybody's sleeping patterns. This is really weird. Some people have been having super, super, super vivid dreams because of it. super vivid dreams that seem really real. And why did they do the dream studies? Really, why did they want to stick those things on your heads? Why? When they did that, did they play music in the background or did they show them visuals? Well, you can't show somebody visuals while you're sleeping, but did they play something in the background to check out those patterns in their brains? Because now I heard they got the ability to see what you're thinking now. You have it and it's exhausting. An eye mask that uses frequency to heal you. You got mega pain. Oh, that's terrible. Are you guys in the chat having anxiety that you wake up in the early morning, Christine? They probably, I'm sure there's somebody in here who has the anxiety you are. How many light walkers are in this chat? Well, how many do you think there are? Because there's a lot of people who feel that they are, they'll identify themselves as a light worker, but they may not even say it. They may not feel the need to say it, but they will tell you they got the light of God's love within them, shining so bright for the whole world to see. And that's what sustains them during these dark, tumultuous times that we're experiencing. That's right, you are. You got to have that light within you. Otherwise, you ain't going to make it in the darkness. You're going to pierce that darkness with your light. You can do it. Yes, you can do it. You are. Oh, Freddy Krueger. Yes, I actually liked to watch that Nightmare Nightmare on Elm Street when I was a teenager. When you become a teenager, you think, oh, this is a scary movie. I want to watch it. That ended when my teenage years ended. That ended. And that I don't watch nothing scary. I don't touch it. I don't. I don't let it come before my face. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to read about it. I don't want it in my being. None of that stuff. The evil is real. All you have to do is, even if you see it, if you see some horrific image, it's embedded in your mind forever. And so is the you know what type of images, the nudity and all that, permanently embedded in your mind for retrieval. So how is it that your mind, you can have things in your mind, your eyes see, and your ears hear, and you can easily form a picture in your body, in your mind of that event. You can call that event back into existence. Even anything that you do, you can bring it back to the forefront. You can relive that in your mind because people do, especially in trauma, and they can't get over it. But people can bring back happy times and relive that. How is that possible? Ask yourself. Do we got some kind of an AI inside of us, like you are really? Some kind of a memory that's embedded within us. It's very sophisticated. We are uniquely made, you all. We really are. In order to be able to do that, because computers are trying to do that now. It's like you ever get to email your memories from 5 years ago today, your memories from last year. Well, I remember them, but thank you for showing me the physical like that to remind me. So really think about that. We can do that. We already have the ability in ourselves to do that, to remember the good, the bad, what we heard, what we saw, what we said. We already have that. We've always had it. But the technology is just now getting it. So that's something strange right there. Yeah, you don't lose a fight while you're awake. Well, that's great. It is. The giants. What do you got, the Vietnam giants in the caves? Dragonfly? The Vietnam War, there were giants in the caves. Somebody said something about, there was these, the War of the Worlds? How they said, oh, it was all make-believe when Orson Welles came on and read the War of the Worlds and stuff like that. And or like the battle for Los Angeles and the UFOs and stuff. They said that there were people seeing something coming out of the manholes and filthy stench coming out of the manholes or something like that, creatures coming up from the manholes, you all. otherworldly creatures. I don't want to see something like that. But we got some people who play video games today, and if that type of world ever did make it to the surface, we got the people who play video games and they're ready to take it out. You all, they can do it because they've been desensitized. They can do it. Take it out. Just like that, these otherworldly beings. Me, I hope my heart would not fail me. I really hope my heart would not fail me. You was in Baghdad in '03 in the 3rd Infantry Division. The Battle for Baghdad. We watched that. I remember watching that when we was in Hawaii. Yeah, they would broadcast that on the TV all the time. The battle, the rush to the Capitol and stuff like that. Yeah. Hello everyone, giants. Several papers on the Lizard City. Oh, hey, the Lizard City under LA. Remember the overlay of the maps? It was a black and white map, little parcels. They overlaid in California. I don't know if LA was one of them. I think I saw something around San Francisco. I did it last night. Yeah, it was my last video from last night, I think. No, I did the moon before that, after that. But it was an overlay, and I thought, why do they only have specific parts of the United States? There were like 3 different overlays that they did in California, and one in Colorado. They had one near a massive one that connected Lake Ontario and Lake Erie. And there were 2 other overlays like that, like straight, like rectangular overlays right next to that area. I think it was like Michigan. There was one old map overlay in right there outside of, I think it was Dallas. And the other ones that I found nowhere else were in Great Britain area, Great Britain. And I found it rather strange to see in 1940, when you look at all the maps that they have, those were the only areas that they had those maps in. They left all the other ground, all the other topography, all of that, whatever. Oh, did someone say that, yes, that's where it was, you all? You got to fight. That's right. LA is Lizard City Central. There are tunnels all over the world and tunnels all through the ocean, you all. So we're supposed to be talking about, are you feeling it? And if you don't like people jumping around topics, this might not be the right topic for you, this right channel for you, but you might learn something. You might say, hey, it's neat jumping topic to topic, because I get kind of bored. I want to hear about other things. See? Really, that's right. Yet light with the light. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Lucid. Oh. Lucid and Lucifer. That's interesting, Jane. That really is. What if your dreams and states is all weaponized? Well, they could be. The frequency could. Well, there is frequency that can change people's emotions. It can. And I think they can put false memories in people's minds and erase their memories. That's what the abductions do. They erase your memories when you're abducted and you can't remember it. And if you believe in life after death, that you keep coming back and coming back and coming back and coming back, then that fits right into little children remember past lives before they step into this life. Remember it quite well. But then after you reach a certain age, they make sure you don't remember it anymore. That's right. Our dreams are raising our frequencies. Well, I think it's great if it can raise our frequencies in a wonderful way. I really do. We got some old souls. We do got old souls, but young spirits. We're young spirits in these bodies. Our spirit is very, Rosie, honey, you such a little baby. Rosie, I think you're 8.5 months old. Rosie was born in May of 20. Rosie, I'm not going to bother you. You go back to sleep, honey. I think it was June of 2022 is when Rosie was born. Yeah, you spoke with the Vietnam. The cat nap changes your position with the sound um, parts, but they said they leave this one alone. She is cute. She's a bundle of joy. She don't like to be held, so you got to be careful how you pick her up. My husband wants to eventually train her to where he can put one of those body things on her body and a leash to let her walk out on the porch. And when summertime comes, let her go down there to the pond with him on the leash and the thing. I said, well, then you're going to have to practice with her in the house, and don't do too much at once because it terrifies her. That's right. Hello. So are you feeling it, you all? Come back to this. I really did. Just like your cat. Dreams will come true as you heal your past. You can heal your past. You really can. Um, you don't want your past to hold you hostage and keep you from enjoying your life. You do not. And for some, they have had a very traumatized past, and they're really struggling. And you got to work at it. If you've had a traumatized past, bad memories, bad experiences, you've got to try. Some people have to try a lot harder than others to move beyond it. They do, and it is a big time struggle. And it does make a difference when you have other people to move beyond it with, to help you in a good way and not keep reminding you of how you were back then, what happened to you back then. They can encourage you to keep going. That's in the past. You don't live there no more. This is you're in the present right here. You got a wonderful future ahead of you. That's right, you all. We can do. We can do it. Yes. Video with my wind chimes. That's wonderful. I thought about doing that. I did. But I'd have to find something like a rubber thing to like go boom. Yeah. Something like that, you all. Yeah. Yeah, she can go for a walk and she don't have to run you all. She runs like a horse. She runs obstacle courses through the house. She'll run down the hallway, up the stairs from the loft, down those stairs up there, runs as fast as she can to the window, bounces on top the couch, runs over there, and sometimes this is her path too. She'll come way down here from the hallway from that office back there. She runs down through here as fast as she can. She hops on my chair, bounces off the top of this chair, bounces down there, and runs around in a circle all the way over there to the window, back around, and like that. She's getting a lot of exercise, which is great. You have a louse-free day. Cats are the fun critters. Yes, they are. You also are you feeling it? The high-pitched frequencies and stuff like that. Rich to profit. Yes, hello. Because people are feeling it. And when we were young, they do the frequency. Can you hear it? Can you hear that high-pitched frequency in your ear? Because they got to tune it. That was a study they were doing, you all. Really, they were studying us. Which is really interesting. You're studying the children and the frequencies, and they follow you to the middle school too and do it. I don't recall doing it in high school, the hearing test. Mainly, I recall it in the elementary school. Do you all recall it in any other, like in the middle school? Did you recall doing those tests in high school? You feel pain all over your body and the ringing in your ears? Yeah. You had it happen last weekend. A long beep, a long frequency beep. I wonder what they're doing really. Since we get to deja vu, yeah, it's happened before. Yeah. Elementary only. Okay. I am going to be going, you all. That's right. I am going to be going. So thank you all for tuning in. And it's been a kind of a long video, but really, it's good to come on here. It is. It's really good to come on here and connect with each other. Even though we jump around, that's okay. It's nice to see a familiar face and read familiar comments. Comments that are free of negativity. That's right, because that's how we're going to grow. Negativity can help you grow. You can grow beyond it thinking, oh, you said that about me? Because that's what I did. I took all the negative comments that I read, the very mean, hateful comments these past few years, and I grew beyond it. So that helped me grow. It made me more determined than ever to say, you think you're going to do that to me? Wrong, you're not. So that gave me more determination. Really, you can use that. You can flip it around and harness that energy, and that can be your drive. So I'm going to go. And with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. You all, love you. Thank you so much. Thank you, moderators, and thank you all for your